perched on a dragon scale, and that's what started Dragon Tales. Around the room the dragons flew, but in the end Max knew what to do. They climbed on the backs of their dragon friends. Now the adventures never end. Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
The Frost Wyvern can be found in its lair in the Ice Abyss, enshrouded by a magical barrier. After deactivating the barrier, the Wyvern will awaken and the fight will begin. Mechanically, the Wyvern functions the same in normals and high roller, so if you can beat the Wyvern in Squire gear on normals, you can beat it in high roller with gear. During each phase, you'll see 5 categories of attacks. In order of importance, we start with the ground pound, which can be avoided by distancing yourself from the Wyvern. Until you've baited out this attack, you'll want to play it safe. This ability is on a 30-second cooldown, which equates to roughly 10 attacks. Due to the nature of the following attacks, I'll recommend staying up close and personal for maximum DPS, or just outside of the Wyvern's personal space to play it more safe. Now there are 2 toe-up attacks, but you'll really only see this one in solos. Just like the slam, you can dodge this one by maintaining a safe distance, but if you're looking to maximize your DPS, let's play a game. Pause the video when you would jump over the Wyvern's tail, then skip ahead 10 seconds, and I'll tell you whether you've been hit by the tail. So now that you've got the tail up down, just make sure you're not too close to the torso. If you are, the timing doesn't mean anything. You can also block and parry the tail whip. For best results, look completely right with shields. And with the longsword, look 45 degrees to the right and slightly down. If there's another player fighting the Wyvern with you, you may encounter the second tail whip. Just steer clear of the Wyvern's hindside and you'll be alright. Next, let's cover the 2 swipes. These can be chained many times. Just look for the wing that lifts up. If you're playing it safe, just strafe to one side. Maintain your distance as best as possible, and jump over the wing if you're too close. This is a good time to get some damage in, as you can alternate between hitting the Wyvern's head and its wing. For the chads out there though who are trying to maximize DPS, you want to get up close and look for the arm that lurches slightly. This is your safe side. The other side will look like this, and once you've guessed correctly on the first one, you just keep alternating sides. As you get all this damage in, remember you only have 30 seconds before the next ground pound. If you feel it's been a while, back up and play it safe again. Both dives function similarly and can be dodged by strafing left or right. Just avoid slowing your movement speed with bandages and pots, and avoid crossing into the Wyvern's line of sight. Here the Wyvern is rotating clockwise towards me, so I should have strafed left. If you insist on using utility though, jump and use it as the Wyvern is diving. At least then you'll avoid most of the movement speed penalty. Just be wary that getting hit while jumping will cause you to fly even further. Depending on your weapon, you can usually get a couple hits in on the wing. There are 3 different ice bolt attacks. All of them are easily side strafed, and only the ground bolt can be punished. Here it's safe to swing your weapon preemptively. If you're inside the Wyvern for maximum DPS, you can ignore the ice bolt that'll spawn behind you. Do be aware that the ice bolts have splash damage. The jump shot requires around 270 move speed to dodge reliably. Usually the Wyvern will follow up with 1 or 2 ground ice bolts. If you can catch up to it, you may be able to sneak in a hit. Just remember you have to strafe laterally. The final attack is the air ice bolt. From my experimentation, you need at least 270 move speed to dodge this reliably. This is also the same attack used to indicate a phase transition. You'll see 3 air ice bolts followed by the Wyvern diving to the center of the arena. Steer clear of the center as you don't want the Wyvern to crash into the ice blocks and break them, and depending on the phase, you either hide behind or in front of the ice. In the first phase transition, the Wyvern will do an ice breath in a singular direction. You can dodge this by hiding behind the ice, while following the Wyvern's flight path and standing underneath it. It will push you towards the center of the arena, but you shouldn't take any damage so long as you are standing underneath the Wyvern. Definitely use this downtime to heal and rebuff. For the second phase transition, there's no tricks, just stand behind the ice. The Wyvern will do a spiral ice breath, the damage being similar to the first phase. Side note, you can get trapped under ice, but fortunately you can break free from the ice. In the third and final phase transition, you'll want to stay in front of the ice. If there isn't 2 or more ice blocks close enough together, you can still use a singular ice block to catch yourself. Just hug the ice and strafe into it. I'm not sure what happened to this ranger here, but this could have been applied here as well.
No. Wait.
And that's all there is to the fight. If I had to make a tier list, it'd go something like this. With the boss having a lot of HP, Bard and Rogue quickly melt the Wyvern with the Rondel Dagger. Barbarian is good with Felling Axe and has no knockback with Iron Will. Warlock has Hellfire and can heal. Fighter and Wizard have access to Rondel. Ranger has Backstep and Spear. Druid has Panther form but is squishy. Cleric and Sorcerer don't seem to have much special for this boss fight, but it's possible in every class. And that's all I wrote. Thanks for watching. See you next time.